Here is Lavalette's mayor, Mayor Walter LaCicero. Mayor, thank you very much for taking a couple minutes. Let's start off. First of all, we talked about beach erosion, flooding. What are your big concerns here?
Well, obviously, the surface looking pretty high, and we're not going to see high tide here until about 2:30 this afternoon, and then another one at after 3 a.m. Tonight. So this looks pretty rough here, and we are concerned about beach erosion. We're not real concerned about a breakthrough. We've weathered a few storms since Sandy's hit. We've been rebuilding the dune with sand that we collect from the streets and people's homes, as well as actually pulling some up from the beach with our machines, and we've engaged in that process every day. So it's a lot bigger than it's been before. We're comfortable that we're going to be able to weather this one here. Our biggest concern is on the bay side, the flooding issue.
And I want to talk about that, because let's talk about the topography of Lavalette. We're only 2 or 3 blocks or so wide. We're obviously on the ocean side here, but you said you're worried about the bay side. Tell me why.
Well, since Sandy's hit, we've had at least 3 or 4 occasions where the back bay has actually been higher than the bulkheads, and that's a fairly unusual occurrence. I only remember that 2 other times in my entire life here in Lavalette. So we've had it, 3 or 4 times. There's a problem in the bay. I drove down there this morning, and it's already up pretty high. So I expect that we're going to see some street closures and some real high water here.
Now, we talked about these voluntary evacuation orders in effect not only for Brick Township, but also for Toms River. You say there's no evacuation order in effect here. What are you telling residents?
Well, there's probably only about 200 full-time residents here now, and they're pretty hardy souls, and they're aware that when conditions get bad, they always have the option to pull out.
And Danny, one more time, we're going to show the ocean here. Your first reaction when you saw what the ocean looks like this early on in the day?
A little surprised. I know this is going to rage for quite a few more hours, so it could get quite a bit worse up here. But we're keeping our fingers crossed that we've got enough protection in place now to weather it.
All right, Lavalette Mayor Walter LaCicero. Mayor, thank you very much for taking a couple minutes.
No problem.
And we should also note that the water content of the snow that will fall during this storm is going to be quite high, which is adding to concerns that as this snow melt takes place, we could see some more flooding. So we'll obviously keep tabs on that, bring any updates as soon as they become available. That is the latest live from Lavalette, Ocean County, New Jersey this morning. Greg and Rosanna, back to you.
Robert Moses reporting. Robert, thanks very much. Our regards to the mayor. Meanwhile,